So hello students, today we are going to discuss total internal reflection, a concept that is total internal reflection. Now what is total internal reflection? Now we are aware of the rules. This is a glass, this is air, this is normal. Glass is a denser medium, whereas air is a rarer medium. When light enters from rarer to denser, what will happen? Instead of going straight, it will bend towards normal. That means here in this case, angle of incidence is greater than angle of refraction. Similarly, when light enters from, now this is denser medium, light will enter from here. It will enter from denser to rarer. This is dense and this is rare. So instead of going straight, what will happen? It will move away from the normal. So here in this case, angle of incidence is smaller than angle of refraction. Based on this concept, we will learn total internal reflection. Now what is total internal reflection? We will consider medium 2 as water, this is water, and water is a dense medium, and this is air. Air is a rarer medium. This is the normal. Okay. Now here is the light source. Okay, now this is the incident ray. Okay, now this incident ray, this light ray, it travels from dense medium to rarer medium. It will come out. That means it will go from dense to rare. Now when light enters from dense to rare, what happens? It will move away from the normal. So we can say it will move away from the normal. Instead of going straight, what it will do? It will move away from the normal. So this is angle of incidence. And this is what? Angle of refraction. Here in this case, angle of refraction is greater than angle of incidence. Say for example, this angle of incidence is 30. The angle of refraction will be what? More than 30. I mean greater than 30. Okay, why it is greater? Because when light enters from denser to rarer medium, it will move away from the normal, and since it moves away from the normal, definitely R will be greater than I. Now we are going to increase the value of R. We'll take one more normal. Now this is the light source. This time we are going to increase the angle. Angle is how much? Suppose 30. Now we are going to increase the angle. This is the incident ray, this is angle of incidence. Again, what will happen? Instead of going straight, it will move away from the normal. Now this is angle of refraction. So as we go on increasing angle of angle of incidence, R will increase, again will increase, R will increase. For a particular time will reach when R will become 90 degree. See, I is smaller than R. As we go on increasing I, R will also increasing. Here we have increased, suppose 45, it will be more than 45. Again we have increased to 60, it will be more than 60. Again will increase, it will be, a time will come, R will become 90 degree. This is the angle of incidence, I. See, once again, I increases, R will also increase. I increases, R will also increase. A time will reach when R will become 90 degree. Again, instead of going straight, it will move away from the normal. Now, this time, R becomes 90 degree. Now, for a particular value of I, when R becomes 90 degree, so this is called as what? Critical angle. For a particular value, see, we have seen when I is 30, R will be more than 30. I is 45, R will be more than 45. I is 60, R will be more than 60. For a particular value of I, when R becomes 90 degree, so this is called as what? Critical angle. So what is critical angle? The definition of critical angle is for a particular value of I, what is critical angle? For a particular value of I, when the value of R becomes 90 degree, we can say the value of I is called as critical angle. So definition is for a particular value of I when R becomes 90 degree, then the value of I is called critical angle. Now we have seen that when value of I increases, R also increases. I increases, R also increases. And here we have seen that R is greater than I. For a particular value of I, when R becomes 90 degree, for a particular value of I, when R becomes 90 degree, then the value of I is called as critical angle. Then now we'll increase the value of I. Now this is called as critical angle, so we can write down as IC. So for a particular value of I, when R becomes 90 degree, the value of I is called as what? Critical angle. Now we are going to increase the value of I mean Now the value of I is greater than critical angle. So when the value of I is greater than, see as I said that R will be greater than I, so R is 90, it is greater than critical angle. Now if we increase the angle of incidence more than the critical angle, I mean if angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, definitely angle of refraction will be greater than 90. Now when it is greater than 90, what will happen? It will be greater than 90. Now if it is greater than 90, what we can see that it has not changed the medium. It returns back to the same medium. It is not going out of the medium. Now if it is not changing the medium, we can call it as reflection, and it is reflecting internally. So this is called as total internal reflection. That means when there is total internal reflection, when the value of I, value of angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, and if it is greater than critical angle, definitely it will be greater than 90, and if it is greater than 90, it is not changing the medium, it remains in the same medium, and if it remains in the same medium, we cannot write on refraction. It is what it is. Here the concept of reflection arises, and it reflects within the medium, so we call it as total internal reflection. So what is total internal reflection? We can say all the light gets reflected back into the dense medium. So we'll write down the definition for total internal reflection. So I'll repeat again a short revision. This is a dense medium. So what we have seen, this is water. I'll revise shortly. Water, air. When the value of, definitely it will move away from the normal. As we go on increasing value of I, R will also increase. A time will reach, R becomes what? 90 degree. Now if we go on increasing I, this is called as, when R becomes 90, it is called as critical angle, and if the angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, definitely it will be more than 90, and if it is more than 90, it reflects internally, so it is called as total internal reflection. So we'll write down the definition for total internal reflection. Total internal reflection has wide application. It is used in optical fibers for transfer of data. So for total internal reflection, what you are going to write on? Please note down total internal reflection. Internal reflection. What is total internal reflection? We can say that for angle of incidence, larger than the critical angle. For angle of incidence, see, when there is critical angle, definitely R will be 90. Now if angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, we can say for angle of incidence larger than critical angle, what we can say, if it is larger than critical angle, so definitely R will be also greater than 90. Now if it is greater than 90, it travels reflects internally. So we can write down for angle of incidence larger than critical angle, the angle of refraction is, the angle of refraction is larger than 90 degree, and such rays return to denser medium. I mean, it is not changing the medium. Thus, and if it is not changing the medium, we can say thus all the light gets reflected. All the light gets reflected. Definitely, if it is not changing the medium, that means it is reflecting back in the light gets reflected back into the dense medium. And this is called total internal reflection. So, total internal reflection for angle of incidence, if it is greater than or larger than critical angle, what happens? The angle of refraction will be also greater than 90. Angle of refraction is larger than 90, and if it is larger than 90, what happens? Such rays return back to the dense medium. Thus, we can say all the light gets reflected back into the dense medium, and this is called as total internal reflection. So this was all about total internal reflection. So in this way we have completed total internal reflection. Now when light enters from denser to rarer medium, what happens? I mean dense or water to air, denser to rarer, it bends away from the normal. I mean it gets refracted. But at the same time, part of the light is reflected back. Part of the light is reflected. We can say when light enters a rarer medium, from where? From denser medium, what happens? It gets partially reflected and come back to the denser medium. This is called as what? Partial reflection. So what is partial reflection? When light enters from denser to rarer medium, part of the light, some part is what? Is reflected internally. Some part, not all. A very little part. When light enters from denser to rarer medium, some part of light is reflected back inside the dense medium, and this is called as partial reflection. We can note down the definition for partial reflection. So what is partial reflection? When light enters from denser medium when light enters from denser medium to rarer medium, part of light is reflected back in the denser medium. You can see when it is going from denser to rarer, part is reflected, part is reflected, part is reflected, and this is called partial reflection as per law of reflection. So in this way we have completed the concept of critical angle, total internal reflection and partial reflection. That's all for today. Thank you.